Alright, so name of the reading is foreign exchange risk. My guess is that you would have, based on what I've been understanding of the exams, my guess is that you would have at least one question from this reading, and there might be more than one question. Plus, for certain other subjects, especially on valuation, it helps if you have a good base of forex. So once you develop a good understanding, this is one of those readings that you don't need to revise again. Just understand them well, and you can directly go and write the exams. So the learning outcomes that we look at in this reading: financial institutions, overall exposure. So you would, in this learning outcome, you would be required to find out what type of exposures you have and what impact will that have on profitability. How institutions could alter net position to reduce foreign exchange risk. Institutions' potential dollar gain or loss to a particular currency. So you have an exposure and the currency is moved, so you would be required to calculate the amount of gain or losses. Different types of trading activities, sources of those gains and losses from trading, then gains and loss from a foreign currency denominated investment. So US investor investing into European markets, how do you find out the gains or losses there? Then balance sheet hedging and off balance sheet hedging, both of them. Then this is, in this learning outcome, we'll have to spend some time and work on the basics of interest rate parity. Why diversification in multi-currency asset and liability could reduce portfolio risk, and relationship between nominal and real interest rate. So I'm going to integrate these learning outcomes together. So let's start with the first one: institutions' overall foreign exchange exposure. So a typical question that you're looking at on this, you would say we have a US bank, and this US bank is doing business all over the world. So they have assets and liabilities in each of the scenarios. So you might get, balance sheet like this. On the balance sheet, you will have few assets and few liabilities. I'm going to write assets on the right hand side. So let us say we have given loan of 100 million Australian dollar. Then we have also given one more loan of 200 million Singapore dollars. And we have investments. We have investment of 400 million Australian dollars. Australian is done. So we have investment, let us say 400 million in British pounds. And then liabilities. So let us say we have 200 million USD certificate of deposit or some liability. Then we have 300 million British pound liability, and we might have another 100 million Singapore dollar liability. Now the values of asset and liability are not going to match because they are in different currencies. But this type of data would be provided, and then you would be required to decide what is the net exposure to each of the currency. So what currency are we exposed to? Number one is Australian dollar. In Australian dollar, we have an asset of 100 million. Do we have any liability? No. In Australian dollar, there is no liability. So we have a net asset exposure. Then second, Singapore dollars. So we have an asset of 200. We have a liability of 300. We have a liability of 100. So again, we have a net asset exposure of 100. And the third one is British pounds. Investment of 400 and liability of 300. So we again have a net asset exposure of 100. Is that fine? And then since you have a net exposure to assets, you would expect Australian dollar to appreciate, Singapore dollar to appreciate, and British pounds to appreciate against the US dollar. If they appreciate, then you would have a benefit. So the rule of thumb is when you have a net exposure of asset, you would want foreign currency to appreciate. And when you have net exposure as liability, then you would want foreign currency to depreciate. We'll get more number of US dollars. When the Australian dollar is appreciated against the US dollar, then when you convert Australian dollar back to US dollar, you would get more number of US dollars. See the trick, the way you should think, if you invest into a foreign currency, some asset, you would always want that foreign currency to appreciate. Are you following this? And if you have a liability in the foreign currency, then you would always want domestic, you would want the foreign currency to depreciate or domestic currency to appreciate. And we didn't use the exchange rate. That's what we want. We want exchange rate to appreciate.